Wondering if you remember last week's episode or if you've already forgotten it. I reckon there's a good chance you've already forgotten it.
Something about. Well, you wore Uggs.
Yeah, I mean, that did happen.
Yep.
Yep. Do you remember the theme of the episode? The main. Have you seriously forgotten already?
Something about advice. Was it me? It was me giving you advice. Oh yeah, that's right. North fan to a Cats fan, giving you advice about how to follow a shitty team, a team that's going through it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what I should now do with that advice.
Right. Welcome, Jackie, one and all, to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. Critch, how are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Very good.
I'm relaxed. I'm chilled. I'm refreshed, I want to say.
Yeah, you've had a few. I mean, we've all had a few days off. Had the Easter break, but you had today off as well.
Had the extra day, yeah, on the Tuesday. It's been pretty handy.
It's been good. Did you get up to too much over the break?
No. I think we've spoken about it quite a bit. I don't know how much we've spoken about it on air, but just so busy in the lead up to Easter.
Yeah.
And I was crook because I was trying to do too much.
Yeah.
And so needed a bit of time to just switch off for a bit and got plenty of that, which really happy about because it's certainly going to ramp up again this weekend, I think. So
yeah, just plans all the time, right?
Yeah, I'm a busy man, so that's all right. But no, it was a good break. Didn't do much. Just switched off. Saw the fam for a bit on Sunday, which is nice.
Yeah, as you do, really.
Yeah, every Sunday. So it was good. How about you? You went to Bendigo.
I did go to Bendigo. It was good. It was sort of, so they do an Easter parade there.
Yeah, you were telling me this. I had no idea about this.
Yeah. So an Easter parade, but it's very sort of, it's quite, there's a big sort of Chinese influence. So there's sort of lion dancing and there's a dragon dancing and a whole bunch of that as part of the parade. And there were shows on, there was a bit of a performance on the Saturday. There was a bit of mini stage close to the museum in Bendigo. Then there was a night parade and they had a whole bunch of different, they sort of shut down the main street, the main part of town, the CBD, I guess, of Bendigo. And everyone it just made it sort of pedestrian. So you just walk around anywhere.
Yeah.
As they do. I think they do the same with Melbourne CBD for like White Night and that sort of thing. They sort of shut down most of it. So I did that. A whole bunch of lights on the parade. Was that a little?
Sorry, I just took a sip of my electric water there. Got a bit of bubbles in the air.
You got the
That's all right. No.
How does the electric water taste in the Flutterf mug?
Oh, it's good, mate. It's to be honest, anything I put in this mug tastes absolutely sensational.
Tastes great.
So, yeah. Sorry.
But no, it was good. And on the Sunday there was this massive dragon. So it's always kept at that museum in Bendigo, and was sort of brought out, and it was about 70, 80 meters long.
Geez, when you say massive, you mean massive.
Yeah.
Far
out. It was like, I don't know how many people were under carrying it up. But just I was just taken aback, so impressed by how hard it would be to lift that stuff and to do the acrobatics that are involved in it. And yeah, it's like, it's all well and good just to sit back and watch it and be like, oh, that's cool. Like when you see a Chinese lion, you've got two people that make up that. One person's just permanently like ducking down.
Oh, it's like in like a horse costume has someone's like the back of the horse.
Yeah. And like that's all. That's like, oh yeah, that's cool. But then if you take it in isolation, it's fine. But then to think about like they've walked kilometers like that along for this parade.
Yeah.
It's like they have to keep doing that, and it's like it's insane. And then every now and then the person in front will jump up on their shoulders, the person's behind shoulders, and then they'll like do acrobatics and stuff like that. Like imagine like walking hunched over. And it's like, oh, yeah, time to do the stuff. And the person in front jumps on your shoulders.
That's the most impressive one, I reckon. You got all the acrobat. I'm sure there's like backflips and all that and somersaults and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, the guy having to like walk hunched over for kilometre after kilometre, I reckon that's the most impressive part for sure.
Impressive, yeah.
Carrying the parade, literally.
Literally carrying. But it was, I didn't realise, I don't think, I when I mentioned it to you, you were like, what? But this parade in Bendigo has been happening since like 1870 something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Yeah, you just don't. The country's not even that old.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that was my weekend. It was good, mate. It's good to get away. Wholesome. Came back and refreshed, I guess.
Yeah. You're convincing us, the listeners, or are you convincing yourself?
Both, I guess.
All right, well, let's talk about some footy then, eh?
All right, let's do it.
So running it back, round 4 is done. Another week of footy. Did you watch much footy on the weekend?
Not a whole deal.
Caught up
on a few KO minis, KO bites.
It's pretty good that you started to do that now.
Yeah, just of old. Just to keep somewhat of a finger on the pulse.
Finger near the pulse.
Near the pulse. Definitely not on. Near.
Well, cast your minds back to the first game of the round, which is all the way back on Thursday.
Yep.
Brisbane, they beat Collingwood. Collingwood lost their first game of the season up at the Gabba.
Correct.
I was the only one in my work tipping comp to tip Brisbane, so I was pretty happy with my own work there.
Good job.
Thank you. That was what I wanted. I'm involving myself in their achievement there.
Yeah.
Appreciate you saying well done.
No worries. The next game I did watch, actually, the Good Friday game.
Of course.
North versus Carlton.
I thought the North jumper that they had, I thought it was going to clash more. It wasn't actually as much of a clash as I thought there was.
Did you think? I guess it's a different shade of blue.
It is. But, you go, oh, they're wearing a blue jumper against the Blues.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Didn't actually think it was going to be that. I would have assumed we would have gone more white.
Yeah.
And then with the blue kangaroo or something like that. Mm-hmm. But, I mean.
It was cool, though.
Yeah, no, it was all right. It's
obviously
cool.
A great cause.
Oh, absolutely. Heaps of money raised. Look, we're 2-2. So.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. No, take that. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. But yeah, no, great cause for sure. The Saints are still yet to lose a game, and boy, oh boy, do we love the Saints.
We are excited.
The hype is real. All this without Jack Steele as well. Yeah. It's outrageous. We love the Saints. So
we do love the Saints.
Who have they got next week? Is it a real test for them next week? It's Collingwood. It's Collingwood, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's Collingwood.
Ooh,
so that's set itself up for a real ripper game.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there.
Because the Pies only just lost their first one this week, wasn't it? The Dogs held on in a thriller against the Tigers.
I did watch this. Is this one of the KO minis you caught up on? Good. Yeah. It was a good game. I was watching that one. Libba was outrageous in the first quarter. Like, he had 9 touches, kicked 2 goals. Like, he was everywhere.
Yeah. And
he's one of those players that you won't see him for a couple of weeks, and then he'll be everywhere for the next few weeks.
Yeah. He was what Bont was the week before. Mm-hmm. And he was the barometer, I guess, that sort of.
The barometer, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's always been a clearance machine, so... Yeah, so they held on against the Tigers.
Yes, they did.
And the Cats are finally on the board.
They are, mate.
It was very nervous in the first half. I've gone, we're still not playing the way we should be playing.
Yep.
And then that third quarter, we 10 goals, 5 to no score in the third quarter.
Insane.
Yeah, I just didn't expect that. It's weird. Like, do you not expect that kind of quarter, or do you not expect the way they've been playing up till now? Like, it's been weird. it's been a weird start to the year.
Either way, you've taken the advice that I gave you last week and
thrown out the window, clearly.
Thrown out the window.
Don't need it anymore, mate.
Don't need it.
Don't worry. Yeah, beating all the big teams.
Yeah.
We've got West Coast next week, so the little be off even more. Until we lose, of course, which is bound to happen now that I've said that. But there was two quite amusing moments from the weekend. I believe I did show you both of them.
Yes,
I did.
You did.
The Giants. No, that's not a team that I want to say. The Power. Where the fuck did the Giants come from? I was looking over there. There's not even the word giant anywhere over there, is there?
No. Usually, if you get thrown off by something, you've got like when you're typing something, you're listening to music. You've got some other external, and then you type what you're listening to.
I've looked at the word prestige, I think, and I've said giants.
Prestige, roti maker. Is it prestige?
Is that what it is?
A roti maker over there in that cupboard. You've looked at that and you thought,
giant.
Yeah, Greater Western Sydney.
Yeah.
There's a lot of roti makers in Greater Western Sydney.
Nah, you set me up there. No way. I'm not having that. No. That's
Sorry, I've derailed.
Fair play. That was actually really good by you. The Power went to Sydney.
They did.
And I didn't give them much of a chance, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they got the win. Spoiler alert. Ollie Florent had a kick just on or after, like it was the last kick of the game, on the siren after the siren.
I thought he should have taken a bit longer. I thought, actually, I don't know. It was close to that 30-second point. But it was... If you're running in, and you hear the siren, it was literally while he was dropping it onto his boot. Surely, if you hear the siren and then you take a couple more final steps and then kick it, so it's not exactly at the same time.
You reckon that's what did it mean?
I don't know, but yeah.
But it looked good off the boot. It looked real good off the boot.
It looked good to a lot of people off the boot.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Ollie Florent started celebrating. Callum Mills was on the line. He ran off, started celebrating, and it didn't make the distance. Alir was able to have a clear run at the ball and spoiled it. And the Power won, not the Giants. The Power won.
Yeah.
So. We say quite amusing. That one's probably not that amusing for Swans fans. Sorry, J-Dos.
You see the crowd as well, because the crowd, of course, they're just watching it like you wouldn't be able to tell at all. As soon as it went off his boot, he was celebrating, and the crowd was going like.
It was the exact same spot that Buddy kicked his 1,000th goal, and someone stood up and got in the way of the camera of Buddy's kick.
Yeah,
and there was someone in the way again. The SCG thoughts.
Just in general?
Just in general. Give us the SCG in one word.
It's not in Western Sydney.
That was a big one word. Anyway, the other amusing moment that I want to bring up was, this was yesterday. Jeremy Cameron.
Yes.
Was running full speed to kick his 7th goal and didn't slow down as he was celebrating.
Yeah.
And just ran into an umpire at full speed.
Yeah.
Just... almighty whack. They all got up. They both got up. They were all okay, which is a relief because it could have very easily clashed heads, and that could have been a bloody awful sort of ending to the game.
It was similar to Chad Wingard, I think it was last year, a couple of years ago, when he was just sort of kicking. You know, when you kick on the run, you keep running, and you're like checking to see if it goes through, or kind of admiring your work. And then he ran into a photographer on the side as well. Yeah,
I do remember that actually.
Similar sort of thing. But yeah.
So there were two celebrations that didn't quite go to plan. So it's been a while. I feel like it's been a while since we've handed out advice on this show. I mean, you gave me advice last week, but I feel like it's been a while since we've collaborated together to help out the listeners.
Yeah, I mean, even if it hasn't been a while, I think it's good. We just like giving advice.
It's where we do some of our best work, I reckon.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that actually listen to the podcast that do play footy, so they're definitely going to
take this advice on board.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So to give you a couple of sort of mini examples before we really get into it.
Yeah.
If we'd had an opportunity to say something to Ollie Florent, it would have, it would have been something along the lines of, make sure you've kicked the goal.
Yep. before
you've celebrated.
Yeah.
You know, make sure it's made the distance.
It's actually made the distance. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You got to make sure that It's
pretty important. It's pretty important.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably the most important part, you'd say.
Correct. And I'd say to Jeremy Cameron, we'd probably give him some pretty blunt advice, I'd say. You know, if you're kick your goal, celebrating, just make sure you don't clean up an umpire.
Yeah, pretty sound advice. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Was the umpire in the way, you reckon?
In the way?
There was a couple of people that had a couple of different angles of it, and apparently the umpire was looking directly at him. And obviously Jeremy was looking at the crowd.
Yeah, his head was to the side, yeah.
Yeah.
If the umpire was looking directly at him, sees him running towards him.
Like you can gauge the arc that someone's running pretty quickly.
Yeah, like,
I'm just going to take a few steps to the side.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously there was the bloody picture of when he was helping him back up, and the bloody he's like hugging him as he's picking him up. Like, there's going to be memes about Geelong and umpires and stuff like that. So can't wait for that. Anyway, the advice that we're giving around celebrations. Did you want to kick it off with some proper ones?
Yeah, sure.
You want to go?
Yeah, I mean, always ready to give out some advice. So
absolutely.
I'll start with speaking of Jeremy Cameron. I think we brought his name up. Talking about cameras. And so advice number 1 is to make sure you know where the camera is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel like we had an episode inspired by this when Jeremy Cameron broke the fourth wall and looked directly into the camera. I can't remember what episode it was. It was bloody, I don't know, at some point, maybe mid last year or something.
Jeez, I hope it wasn't on Celebrating, hey? I do remember because I posted a meme with that template
of what Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah, like him looking at the
camera. Yeah. But that aside, so the advice would be to know where the camera is, right? I think it's pretty important because if you're worried about, you know, your celebrations, and the chances are you love a bit of me time.
You do love there's people that do love a bit of me time.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a bit of me time.
There's nothing wrong with it, right? That's why you celebrate. You've done the hard work, you've kicked the goal, or you've done whatever. Nothing wrong with a bit of, you know, soaking it up.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd hate that, you know, if you were to do that, you were to nail an amazing goal, and then you were getting ready to stare down the barrel of the camera and then not look down the barrel of the camera.
So it's if I was to address the listeners like that. Like, all right, I've got some advice for you.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah.
If you go halfway and then readjust and be like, no, now I've got you.
Yeah. So what kind of thing would you do down the barrel? Like what would the celebration be down the barrel? Like,
I mean, I think down the barrel you kind of want to be as blue steel as possible.
Blue steel?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
Bit of Dame Dollar sort of that sort of, you know, just stone cold, just looking. But you got to know where the camera is.
You do, yeah. Like if you're going to look down the barrel, you got to know where the cameras are.
Yeah.
All right, you over there. You got to know where the cameras are. Oh, it's there. Okay, you got to know where the cameras are.
Yeah, you don't want to be looking stone cold. And then be like, oh, wait, sorry. Yeah. And then stone cold again.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the facade's definitely gone there, isn't it? Yeah. No, cool. All right. So, if you're going to look down the barrel, you got to know where the cameras are.
Yeah.
This is a different bit of advice as we're getting a bit of crowd in. Like the crowd's making some noise over there. The laptop's chirping up. Get a fan or something to cool it down. Would the fan be louder than the laptop fan, do you reckon?
I might give it a go next week and just
trial and error, mate.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Is it? Yeah, I guess it's not what we do. Anyway, next bit of advice, tip would be, I guess we could kind of tag Ollie Florin in this one as well.
Yeah.
Don't lose the game. Like if you're gonna put your name up in lights, you want to make sure that you don't lose the game.
Yeah.
I mean, no one wants to see an over the top celebration when you're up by 100 and there's 2 minutes left, and the game's done, I'm sure the media would have a field day if something like that was to happen.
Yeah.
But if you want, you want to make a name for yourself, you want to have the courage to make a name for yourself when the game's on the line.
Yeah.
You put your cock on a plate and you make sure
there it is
that your team gets over the line.
Yeah.
I'm essentially saying if you want to talk the talk, you walk the walk.
Yeah.
That's a more simple way of saying all of that.
Yep. No, that's fair.
But cock on a plate. Make sure you win.
Yep.
Make sure you win the game.
It's a great bit of advice.
It's not all jokes on this show. Sometimes it's pay attention.
Genuine advice, mate. No, that's great. I have the next bit of advice. Have a few celebrations up your sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, there's always a few good old reliables, a few, fist bumping with your teammates, the old flex, that sort of thing. But try and mix it up a bit, right? Don't just do the one celebration every time. You're a one-trick pony if you do that, mate. Mm-hmm. And then everyone knows it's coming every time. Mm-hmm. Save it up for something special, but have a few ones. Otherwise, I just think of there's a West Indian cricketer, Sheldon Cottrell. Not sure if you.
Oh yeah.
Every time he gets a wicket, he does the exact same celebration, and it's cool. Like it's like a army salute, and it's like
he's like sending them off. Is he? He's like farewelling them.
I don't know if it's like kinda, and it's like it's cool, but it's like every single time you get a wicket, you do the exact same thing.
It's cool the first 2 times.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Like the less out there it is, the more acceptable it is if you do it every time. If you just go or like high fives, no one cares if you do that every time.
Yeah.
If you do something wild every time, then it becomes like a thing, I reckon.
I'll tell you who does that perfectly. The Charlie Cameron motorbikes. Because he doesn't do that every time.
No.
Not every time.
No.
And it's subtle enough and it's not quite as me time. I don't reckon. Like it's not as in your face.
Yep.
He just mixes it up.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. He walks the line pretty well.
He does
with that. I like it. The next bit of advice.
Yep.
Is pick your target. Pick your target. Now we do see people celebrating by getting a bit sledgy. All right.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful who you do that to.
Yeah.
Now, we don't mind that. You see people kicking a goal and they let their direct opponent know all about it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You run past them, you go, fucking have that, dickhead. You remember round one? You were watching round one on the TV, Geelong Collingwood.
Yeah.
When Mason Cox kicked a goal.
And
Asava Radicale was on the mark.
Yeah.
And he's fucking walked up right to him.
Yeah.
And, pushed him, look, it's gone through.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, Mason Cox is fucking 100 feet tall.
Yeah.
You can do what you want. If it's the other way around, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. No.
I would not be doing that. Just be careful. Just be careful who you do it to. Pick your target.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk.
Yeah, just win the game.
Just win the game. Win the game, pick your target.
Yeah. And the last bit of advice, I think this is probably the most important bit. If you've got a celebration in mind, make sure you practice it. Right?
Okay. Well.
Practice it.
Okay.
But not in front of people.
No, that'd be ridiculous.
Practice when no one's looking. No one wants to be at training and seeing you practice your crazy, awesome celebration and seeing how good you look and seeing you muck it up a few times as well. That's even worse. So make sure you do it, but just in your own time.
In your own time, in your own space.
Yeah.
No witnesses.
Yeah,
right.
That's it.
Sounded a bit sinister towards the end there. So we've gone through some questionable advice. And what I want to ask you now, mate, just moving on from celebration tips.
Yep.
Give me a couple, whatever, however many you want, a couple of celebrations that you'd love to see in the AFL.
Ooh. See, right now, particularly after the weekend,
yep,
all that's on my mind is like acrobatics, flips, that sort of stuff.
Of course.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in my mind, if you get a couple of people together, someone on your team, maybe 2 people.
No, keep going.
And then you get one person to go on someone else's shoulders, stare down the barrel of the camera, and then do a flip off, and then sort of end it like that. Something like that.
But how are you supposed to practice that when no one's looking?
That's a great question.
You've got the barrel sorted.
Yeah.
Picking your target, you're jumping over someone in particular. Yeah. No, I rate that. I would say I have one in mind. It's for a specific scenario though.
Okay.
So you've just kicked a dribble kick from the pocket, right?
Yep.
So you've been running full chat towards the pocket.
Yep.
You dribble it along the ground, goes through.
Yeah.
Hop the fence.
Okay.
Sit down in a seat. Start clapping. I don't think I've seen that. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't think I've seen that in footy before.
That's brilliant. Have you seen it in like...
Oh, yeah. You see it in other sports.
Really?
Have you never seen it before?
Like you jump into the stands and clap yourself?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
I've seen it in like European football leagues.
Okay.
And
NBA as well?
Nah, no. I don't know. No way. It's not a brawl, sure. Yeah. What do you reckon? I really didn't think... I didn't think that'd be new information to you.
I had no idea, and I find that hilarious.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Seeing that in the AFL, that'd complete the season.
I don't think anyone's ever left, and gone into the stands in the AFL during the... I mean, Hurdy celebrating with the fan was, still there, kind of. I don't think anyone's ever actually jumped the fence.
Yeah. If anyone's got any footage of the furthest that a player has gone into the stand to celebrate, slide into those DMs.
Yep.
We'd love to see. But not more than we'd love to see someone jumping the fence, sitting down and applauding and work.
Switch on.
So switch on's a bit different this week.
Yep.
We're really sort of branching out and not just doing the asking each other a couple of questions, which is the old reliable really for switch on.
Yeah.
But every now and then we do bring some imagination to the fold.
Yep.
So I've got an activity for you.
I like activities.
This week. I've got 3, what would you call them? 3 acts on the footy field.
Yep.
3 things you do on the footy field, right?
Yep.
And then 3 celebrations.
Yep.
And what I want you to do, I want you to match the act to the celebration.
Okay.
Like how appropriate the celebration is for the act.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So the 3 acts are, funnily enough, a dribble goal from the pocket.
Yep.
Dribble kick through the big six.
Yep.
A chase down tackle.
Yep.
And a 65-meter torp down the corridor from a kick in
to a person,
to a teammate. Yeah. Okay. So they're the 3 acts.
Yep.
Now the 3 celebrations are the silencer.
Yep.
So you know what that one is? The one that LeBron does.
Wait. Oh, wait.
The, chest tap and then the 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I thought the silencer was just that.
Okay. Whichever.
No.
We can do that one.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
That's
all right.
LeBron.
So
Yeah.
The LeBron one. The Dame time.
Yep.
Or dead fish.
Dead fish.
Which is a FIFA celebration, which is actually, I found out not long ago that it was actually called brickfall.
Yeah.
Essentially, I think you hold R1 and the left stick to the right.
And
the player just...
Yeah. Dead fish,
or brickfall.
Yeah.
So they're the 3 celebrations.
Okay.
And they match the act to the celebration for me.
I'm just thinking in real life, I don't think I've ever seen people celebrate in footy anyway. The bottom 2, like chase down tackle or a 65-meter torp down the corridor from kick in.
Well, I mean, that would be correct. That's a fair comment.
Yeah.
But also, we don't talk about anything that's legit.
Real. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Of course.
It's not that deep, bruv.
It's not.
We don't have the facilities to facilitate that, big man.
All right. Okay. I think...
I can't believe I just said that.
Okay. I think... So, from the 3 options I have, the silencer and Dame time are definitely both more kind of like not aggressive, but more... You're really sort of showing your place. You sort of like that, right? So, I feel like that's what you'd do after a chase down tackle, potentially, like
Yeah, okay.
in the same way that like after you block someone in basketball or something like that, right? So I think I'd go with the silencer for a chase down tackle.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So a couple of chest pumps and then like a...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think... I think Dame Time has got to be... I mean, with Dame Time, you're already laughing at what I'm going to say in 45 seconds from now.
I'm just imagining it.
Yeah, okay. You're imagining me justifying it? Is that...
No, the act itself.
Okay. Okay. Dame Time, I think, has to be after a goal because it's like it's Dame Time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dame shoots from the logo and it's Dame Time and then the game's over, right? It's not in the middle of the game. It's at the end of the game. So I'd say dribble goal from the pocket, Dame Time.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So what we're left with is the most logical explanation, really. So when you kick a 65-meter torp down the corridor from a kick-in, you should dead fish. That's
I mean,
only
I
logical.
I'm not even laughing at the fact that you need to justify this. You don't need to justify this. In my head,
Yeah.
I remember seeing Zach Toohey do a torp.
Yeah.
I was at a game when he did a funny torp from a kick in and everyone lost their mind.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm imagining doing that.
Yeah.
The crowd, because the crowd got around it.
Yeah.
And I imagine him just... And to be honest, I think I would have said the exact same things. I think I agree with every single celebration you've chosen.
Maybe it's because, like, a torp, and I was thinking we didn't mention Jakey Stringer's torp on the weekend.
We didn't, no. I didn't see it.
Incredible. It was ridiculous. It was like it was on the run too. You wouldn't think of kicking a torp on the run.
Really?
That far out.
I am taking up an issue with the listeners then. How many times have I asked for us to be tagged in torps?
Barrel Watch, right?
Barrel Watch,
Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't bring this up. I did watch the game. This goes for Essendon, so we keep on top of the Essendon things. Definitely saw that. But I'm just imagining him doing it and then dead fishing. It does make sense though, because when you torp it, it goes straight instead of the backspin.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost like a rocket. So like you can kind of like follow the shape of that when you dead fish. You kind of like, whew.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
I mean, in my head, I was expecting maybe the dead fish for the tackle, as if I've just tackled you and you've gone to the ground like that.
Oh. That makes sense too. That's good.
Anyway, that was my switch on for you this week. You've done very well there.
Thanks,
You've done
mate.
very well.
All right. I also don't have questions, but I have five celebrations from the past, 5 AFL celebrations. And I want you to rank these celebrations in order from worst to best. And it's obviously very subjective. They're all celebrations. Everyone has their own favourites. Mm-hmm. But I've got number 1, Jason Ackermanis' handstand. Mm-hmm. Right. Number 2, Xavier Dersman's bow and arrow.
Yep.
Number 3, Drew Petrie's Frank the Tank. Yeah. Number 4, you mentioned it before, Charlie Cameron's motorbike.
Yep.
And number 5, Michael Frederick's backflip. So 5 celebrations. Put them in order from worst to best. And
worst to best.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really mean much, like worst to best, but yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go... Well, how can I justify this? I'm just trying to work out. Because if I just go in order of difficulty, I mean, there's 2 that are harder than the rest of them there.
Yes.
So how do I differentiate the other 3?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't do that. Maybe I just do my favourites. Maybe let's do it that way.
Yeah.
So worst, sorry, Richard, we're going to go Xavier Dersman's bow and arrow.
Sorry, Rich.
I'm going to put that worst.
Yep.
But it's still pretty good. Then I'm going to put... Sorry, Ashwin.
Yep.
I'm going to put Drew Petrie's Frank the Tank.
No worries. No, it's okay. It's all right.
And then I'm going to put Charlie Cameron's motorbike in the middle.
Okay. Yep.
The next two are harder to do.
Yes.
I feel like Charlie Cameron's above the other two because it's a bit more iconic.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you associate that with him.
Yeah.
That celebration.
Yep.
Then I go Jason Ackerman's handstand.
Yep.
And then Michael Frederick's backflip.
Nice. You've done very well there, man.
Yeah.
And you've done that a lot quicker than I did to answer your questions.
Well, there was no dead fish in there, so
yeah,
it makes it a bit easier. Any comments? Any disagreeing there?
No. I think you've done that perfectly. Like you when you separated based on level of difficulty, and then you were like, yeah.
Thanks, mate. I can always count on you to analyse my analysis.
Money!
Alrighty, time for my mate's multi. So my legs from last week, leg 1, I said whoever is winning at 3/4 time in the Geelong versus Hawks game will lose the game. Now it's almost as if that third quarter was designed
Just to spite your leg.
to spite my leg.
10
goals, 5-0 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that leg didn't get up. Leg 2. I will see at least 2 people wearing AFL merchandise of some sort at the parade in Bendigo over the weekend. So this is a funny one. So we were there for about on the Saturday for about 4 hours or so. For the first 3 hours, I saw one Carlton beanie, and I saw one like MND Neil Daniel support MND beanie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll count that. And I was like, oh, maybe not. And then in the last hour, I saw about 5. So
Well, there you go.
pulled through at the end.
Pulled
But
through.
It was looking shaky.
Coming up clutch.
It was looking shaky. So yes, that got up. And leg 3, at least one of the top 10 moments in the AFL week will be something that's not happening on the field. Yes. And I feel like I didn't actually think about this before I did the leg, but it was kind of a bit of a cop-out leg, I think, because one of the moments was talking about the Good Friday appeal. And
Oh, yeah, to be fair, I didn't.
it did, like I didn't clock it myself.
I didn't either, yeah.
But when I saw it, I was like, now it feels like I would have known. But anyway. But anyway, 2 from 3.
2 from 3. Well done.
Thanks,
well done. Can't be mad at that. Well played. My legs from last week, I said there will be less than 55,000 people at the MCG on Easter Monday.
Yep.
No, there was about 10,000 more than that.
We love the footy.
We love the footy. Yeah, I thought, the way that the teams are, like where the teams are on the ladder,
Yep.
17th versus 18th, and the weather. I was like, nah. I reckon that it would have, in my thoughts, it was like we would get close to that.
Yeah.
But I didn't think we'd get 65, so.
Yeah.
Happy that didn't get up in a weird way. Leg 2, I said, I'm mad about this one.
Yeah.
I said that the teams with the shorter ruckman will win every Saturday game this round. Now, it is slightly more niche than usual.
Did this take a long time to verify, by the way? Was this?
Oh, it took me about 3 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I went off not secondary ruckman or anything like that. I went off the player named at the ruck position starting on the field.
Yeah, yep.
And it was correct apart from one game. So every other game apart from St Kilda Gold Coast, I want to say.
Yep.
I think every other team that won on the Saturday had a shorter ruckman.
Yeah, there you go.
So sadly none from 2. And then the first bounce on Thursday night will need to be recalled. No, that didn't get up either. Oh, actually. So we're at the Wharf Hotel.
Yes.
On Thursday night for the first footy package for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't
It
it?
has been a long time. And look, I'm not going to say too much against what was a once fine establishment.
Wow.
But gone off it. Gone off it.
Wow.
I don't know if they've changed owners or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They upped the price. They've reduced the amount of drinks you can get.
Yep.
They've reduced the time you can do it. It's just the vibes are off, mate. The vibes are off.
Do they still do vodka raspberries?
Not as part of the package, mate. Not as part of the package. Maybe that's the worst part of all.
So you're telling me you went to the wharf and you didn't get a vodka raspberry?
Didn't get a vodka raspberry, no.
That's insane.
It is. So, I lost in all sorts of ways because I got none from 3 as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
So
Still
almost
averaging 1 for 3, right?
I think I went none
Across
for 3. Was it 3 weeks in a row or something like that?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's all right. Swings and roundabouts, mate.
That's it, mate. That's it.
All right. My legs for this week. Leg 1. Josh Giddey will have more assists in his next game than any goal kicker in this round of footy.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the averaging on the season assist-wise? Like 8?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
He could have an off game, mate. You never know. He's up against LeBron.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he?
I think so. Oh no, he's not. No, we're versing
you'll play the Lakers.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Who is OKC versing?
I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we will.
Tune in.
Leg 2. No game this round will have an attendance of greater than 50,000.
Is that 2 cop-out legs in a row there? What's the capacity of Adelaide Oval? Is it like 52?
53,000.
And then the other games being played at Norwood Oval, which is like 10,000 people.
Yep.
All right. Look, if that's the way you want to play, that's the way you want to play. It's fine. I'm fine about it. I said I'm fine about it. It's no worries. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay. Leg 3. I will witness some form of confrontation on the plane this weekend.
I hope you do. Sorry. I feel like one of us takes My Mate's Multi a lot more seriously than the other.
Yeah, potentially.
Try and figure out who. All right, my legs for this week. I will see at least 2 South Australia tourism ads as part of the footy coverage this round.
Cool. Two different ads that run by.
I reckon. Yeah.
Cool.
Leg 2. Teams wearing some kind of Clash or special Guernsey will lose this round.
Yep.
So I know Freo have announced they've got like a special edition one.
Okay.
And I think someone else said that another team was wearing one. I can't remember.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're going to lose. And then leg 3, the collective score of the Pies versus Saints game will be higher than the collective total of the Bombers versus D's game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Variety of legs there. We'll see. So that's it for this week, but some very exciting news. Next week we have a very special episode. We're going to be going on a plane and going over to Adelaide for No, we're not.
Did you look at my eyes for a second?
You looked in real panic then.
I was like, we've definitely talked about something,
and that's not it.
Completely forgotten. It was something from last week, and I can't remember. Shit.
Nah, but gather round in Adelaide next week. Thoughts?
I mean, it's worth a shot. I think. If you've got rounds of the year that you don't have other things on, it's worth a shot. Just getting a bit more, almost spreading the game in a way.
Yeah.
And I thought about the same thing with when they did Dreamtime at the G, but during COVID, I think it was over in Perth. And it sort of brought something different to the table, and talking about the tribes. I think the Noongar people out in Perth as well. So it's like normally it's just depending on the location. So taking a game in different places always brings different things to the table. So I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we're all for growing the game.
Yeah,
I just think all the games being played at two stadiums. You mentioned it before. It does feel like COVID again. It feels like they've all gone into a bubble.
Is it? It's just 2 stadiums, is it?
Well, a stadium and a half. Adelaide Oval and Norwood Oval. If you call the other one a stadium.
Yeah. That's the only thing. I think the idea of it is great.
Yeah.
And like for the people of South Australia and people of Adelaide, it'd be great because it's like, everyone's coming, everyone's eyes are on us. Like a mini Olympics or a mini thing.
Yeah.
But
true.
But yeah, in terms of actual attendance at a tiny local ground. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I wonder how much the meat pies will be there. Anyway, I suppose we'll watch at some point. One point over the weekend. If not more than one point.
Yeah.
I've got nothing left to say, Matt. You want to send us out?
Yes, I quickly just remembered that it's a few New Years this Friday. It's
Of course,
Sri Lankan
yes.
New Year. So happy Sri Lankan New Year to anyone that's listening. And
Of course.
I think it's Cambodian New Year on Friday as well. So happy Cambodian New Year to Rich. And
It's all happening on Friday.
it is, yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
So I'll be up in Sydney.
Yes,
in Sydney,
yes.
just for the weekend. Though
You
I'll be
will.
back.
After a confrontation on the plane.
Correct. Until then, keep kicking goals.